One calls the Heart Star is already on Season 13 set. Now that When Calls the Heart Season 13 will officially start production July 1, one star of the Hallmark series has already showed up for costume fittings. Here is the latest news that should thrill Hearties. When Calls the Heart Season 13 starts production in 1 month. However, Pascal Hutton is already on the Jamestown set to do her costume fittings for the upcoming season. On Friday, the show's costume designer, Barbara Gregasova, shared a post on Instagram. She wrote, "Guess who kicked off our fittings for Season 13 today? Always exciting when we get to start bringing the characters back to life. One fitting at a time, well, sometimes more than one fitting." In this post, the talented designer shared photos of the actress that portrays Rosemary Coulter. Check out a rack of very red garments. She was wearing a gorgeous emerald-colored shimmery blouse and a long skirt. When Calls the Heart costume designer, Barbara Gregasova, shared another post of shoes. She wrote, "Going down the shoe rabbit hole, looking for the right pairs to match our characters, because every step counts, especially in period heels." Although she shared a cornucopia of shoes that could pass for the 1920s era, one pair in particular gave Hearties wedding vibes. They were an ivory pair with a clutch handbag with pink flowers on it. As Erin Krakow's Elizabeth Thornton favors pastels, it is natural for these superfans to think that they could be wedding shoes. Commenting on the last post, Barbara Gregasova wrote, "I am definitely removing everything white from future posts." This is a good reminder that the costume designer knows a lot about the upcoming Season 13 storylines. If there is a party, or a wedding, or another event, she has to know ahead of time so that the team can put together the necessary looks for each special event. Furthermore, the costume designer has to create color palettes for each character. As she mentioned in her post how costume is a big part of bringing each character to life. This also comes into play when selecting fabrics and accessories for each Hope Valley resident. When Calls the Heart Season 13 will include many stories that Hearties will cherish. After last season's cliffhanger, Hearties are expecting some change as Elizabeth, Little Jack, Nathan, and Allie took off for Cape Fullerton. Hopefully, they will return to Hope Valley early in the upcoming season. In the quaint and peaceful world of Hope Valley, where lanterns flicker warmly against wooden storefronts and kindness flows like the town's ever-running stream, change is a rare but inevitable thing. When Calls the Heart has long been a place of comfort and hope for millions of fans, with its tales of love, perseverance, and faith. But behind the scenes, one beloved cast member is already quietly preparing for life beyond the show, an emotional journey full of introspection, excitement, and bittersweet nostalgia. Erin Krakow, looking beyond Hope Valley. Erin Krakow, the heart and soul of When Calls the Heart as Elizabeth Thatcher Thornton, has played the beloved schoolteacher for over a decade. Her graceful evolution from a pampered city girl to a resilient frontier woman has captured hearts across the globe. Yet, with the show entering its 12th season, whispers have grown louder. Is Erin Krakow already preparing for the next chapter of her career? Insiders close to production reveal that Erin has recently taken meetings in Los Angeles with a focus on development deals. Not only is she reading scripts for future acting projects, but she's also exploring the possibility of directing and producing. A source hinted, Erin's not in any rush to leave When Calls the Heart, but she's smart. She knows that it's important to build her creative future while the show is still going strong. Indeed, Erin herself has dropped subtle clues. In a recent interview, she mentioned how inspired she's been by other women in entertainment who've taken the reins behind the camera. "I love storytelling," she shared. "Whether I'm acting in a scene or imagining it from a director's point of view, I want to be part of the full creative process." Seeds of a new dream. Krako's interest in producing is not just speculation. In fact, she's already dipped her toe into executive production. She was one of the executive producers for the 2023 Hallmark movie The Wedding Cottage, which she also starred in. The experience, she said, was liberating and deeply fulfilling. It's not just about ambition, it's about growth. Erin has long been dedicated to giving back to the fans, often hosting behind-the-scenes live chats and sharing script insights. The fans have become family, she said. They supported Elizabeth through love, heartbreak, and motherhood. I feel like I owe it to them to bring my best self to every episode. As she enters this new creative space, Krako is learning how to let go. Not of Elizabeth just yet, but of the idea that she'll play her forever. These stories, they'll continue whether I'm here or not, she admitted, leaving fans both heartened and anxious. Hope Valley without Elizabeth? It's hard to imagine When Calls the Heart without Elizabeth at the center. But perhaps the show itself has been gently preparing us. In recent seasons, more spotlight has been given to characters like Rosemary and Lee Coulter, Lucas Bouchard, and even newcomers like Mai Su. The town is growing, both literally and emotionally. Life in Hope Valley is no longer solely framed through Elizabeth's lens. A storyline shift like this could allow the show to carry on, even if Krako decides to scale back her role. Executive producer Brian Bird has previously hinted that When Calls the Heart could evolve much like Little House on the Prairie, where characters come and go, but the town remains the heartbeat. Still, fans aren't ready to say goodbye. Online forums brim with speculation and hope. I'm fine with Erin exploring other work, as long as she never leaves us completely, wrote one passionate hearty on Reddit. Life imitating art. Interestingly, Elizabeth's arc may mirror Erin's real-life journey. In the show, Elizabeth has slowly rediscovered herself after losing her husband, Jack. She's learned how to stand tall in the face of uncertainty, to take risks for love, and to forge a new path, something Krako seems to be doing off-screen. She's like Elizabeth in real life, castmate Pascal Hutton, Rosemary Coulter, once said, "When she loves something, she pours her heart into it. But she's also brave enough to explore what's next." In that same spirit, Krako has reportedly been working on a script for an original film, one that she hopes to pitch to Hallmark or perhaps even bring to Netflix. The details are under wraps, but sources say it blends romance, mystery, and historical fiction, three genres she excels in. Could this be the start of her next big venture? A loving send-off or just a side quest? It's important to note that no official announcement has been made about Erin Krako exiting When Calls the Heart. In fact, all signs point to her remaining deeply involved, at least for now. But it's clear she's setting the stage for expansion. Whether that means branching out with side projects during filming breaks or slowly transitioning into a more behind-the-scenes role, one thing's certain: she's not waiting until the show ends to take control of her future. Fans need not panic just yet. Hope Valley still has many stories to tell, and Elizabeth's chapter isn't quite finished. But this newfound awareness that the actress behind the character is growing, evolving, and dreaming new dreams adds a layer of depth to every scene she graces. The road ahead. As Erin Krako balances her time between scripts, production meetings, and filming in Canada, her fans are left watching closely, hoping for clarity but respecting her journey. One thing is certain: she'll always carry Hope Valley in her heart, and her legacy on the show will be cherished no matter where her path leads next. For now, we can still find her on Sunday nights, walking through Hope Valley with grace, strength, and purpose. But behind those earnest eyes is a woman already reaching toward the horizon, ready for whatever comes next. And if her next act is anything like her last, it will be worth the wait.